Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is the final video for today, as we're about to turn in for the night. It is February 7, 2023, and 10:43 p.m. I want to get this done in a lot of time because we have a lot to talk about. As you know, Vengeance Day is come and gone, and the weekend is this past weekend is come and gone. Thankfully, everything is set, and we're halfway through. We're halfway through the week tomorrow. Really excited. I'm wearing my Donkey Kong Arcade Classic Series shirt. I want to talk about what happened last night. Well, not last night. Tonight on NXT. NXT. Just watched it 45 minutes ago. Bailey arrives at the PC earlier today because she has the Toxic Attraction as her guest on Ding Dong Hello. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams came to the ring and addresses the NXT universe, and he says his next target will be the NXT Championship. He was about to call out Barn Breaker until JD McDonald shows up, and he says, "You haven't beaten me," yada yada yada. He says, "Well, let's do this and see who goes out on top." So he says, "Game on." So a matchup now. Fallon Henley and Kiana James were walking towards the locker room, and then Fallon Henley was demanding who was on the phone with Kiana James. Kiana James says it's no one, and she wanted to tell Brooks Jensen, but then they walk in. There was a surprise party that Brooks Jensen and Josh breaks through for them and winning the tag team titles. And they were having a very good time. Now, earlier, that Saturday after Vengeance Day is over, Shawn Michaels having a media room, and Grayson Waller walks in and starts yelling at Shawn Michaels on the media call, and Waller picked up a 1-week suspension, so he was not there last night, tonight, which is good. Women's action. Sol Ruka went one-on-one with Zoe Stark, and Zoe Stark did win the matchup, but Zoe Stark wanted to continue the attack, but then Ruka hit the Soul Snatcher on Stark, sending a message. Pretty Deadly were at the celebration party, and they're all disheveled and all that, and upset. They lost the tag team titles. They're complaining to Brooks and Jensen about it, and Fallon Henley and whatnot. And there comes Chase U confronting Pretty Deadly about that. You know. And so he said, "Well, tonight you and us will go on. We'll be in a tag team matchup." That's fine. I just made a correction from Vengeance Day. When Apollo Crews and fought Carmelo Hayes in the 2 out of 3 falls matchup, and I said that Commander Aziz came out. Well, they didn't refer to him as Commander Aziz any longer. He's going back to the original name he was given, Daba Kato. And so I meant to correct myself over the weekend. I forgot to do that. So Daba Kato comes back and facing Dante Chen. Daba Kato picked up the victory, and then Kelly Kincaid, I think this is her first TV debut on NXT, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Interviewed Daba Kato after the match, asking why he had talked to Apollo Crews, and he goes, "Apollo Crews knows, that's why I dropped him on his rear end," and basically walked away. So Ivy Nile was getting checked out on, and then Isla Dawn, because she was talking to Tatum Paxley and the Creed brothers, Isla Dawn accuses Tatum Paxley of attacking Nikita Lyons, and Tatum Paxley says, "I did not do that." Then Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Roxanne Perez after she retained her title, and but Katana Chance and Kaden Carter were upset They interrupted her. They were upset. And they said, oh, we got cheated out of the tag team titles. And Roxanne Perez says, you guys get the titles back. And they're like being rude to her, very mean to her, which that's why uncharacteristic, especially with Katana Chance. But then he goes, you don't have any friends. Well, guess what? I'll make a phone call about this. I'll face you guys in a tag team match next week with my partner. A little bit more on her partner. Taylor Paxton went one-on-one with Isla Dawn. Isla Dawn did win the matchup, but Dawn and Albert Fireball attacked Paxton until Ivy Niles stopped them. But someone, a male, had pulled up to the PC arena, stepped on a nice-looking car with nice-looking shoes. Don't know who the dude is. But Carmella Hayes went one-on-one with JD McDonough. And during the matchup, I think we found out who that gentleman was. Ilya Dragunov. He's back. He kicks Williams and then goes after McDonough. McDonough was distracted. Carmella Hayes picked up on that. Pinned McDonough to win the matchup. But then Ilya Dragunov jumped into the ring. Carmella Hayes was like, oh. And then Dragunov decided to go after J.D. McDonough, the guy who took him out. So J.D. McDonough was responsible. And then chases him throughout the arena and out of the arena. Thea Hale was taking a deep breath, talking to Tiffany Stratton. Stratton decided to trash Chase U. And then all of a sudden, if you don't like Chase U, you're not down with that, got 2 words for you. And Tiffany Stratton thought the 2 words were something else, but no, she goes, suck it. No, Chase U? No, suck it. I'm like, what? And then during that time, Ava Raine kind of covered her mouth and dragged her out of the locker room. We don't know what's up with Thea Hale. Something's going on. And then Brooks Jensen announces during the party that he has a Valentine's Day date with Kiana James. That's next week. This ought to be very interesting. Lyra Valkyria went one-on-one with Valentina for Royce. For Royce had Wendy Chu watching her back. But Elektra Lopez appeared at ringside during the matchup, handed for Royce some brass knucks. For Royce was about to use them, but Valkyria, even though Wendy Chu said, no, don't do it. And then Valkyria kicks her, then pins her, and wins the matchup. And then Wendy Chu's trying to console Valentina for Royce and hold it. She on the brass knucks and no, you don't do that. Don't listen to her. Then they did a Wesley social media diary. His wife came to visit him before Vengeance Day and all. And then afterwards, Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Wesley. He says he's about to issue an open challenge. And then Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo interrupt Lee. He says, you owe us, we need to be compensated properly for that help to me. Listen, I didn't need your help. I didn't want your help. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. I'm issuing an open challenge for the NXT title. You guys should come out. One you should accept, and so we'll see you next Tuesday. Then Tyler Bate cut a promo on Grayson Waller, ticked off what Grayson Waller did. So that match is happening next week. Tyler Bate goes one-on-one with Grayson Waller, a little international flavor, England versus Australia. Odyssey Jones took on Channing Stacks Lorenzo, and it seems like Channing Stacks Lorenzo in that matchup did pick up the victory over the massive Odyssey Jones. When Roxanne Perez was leaving the arena and was interviewed, did you find out who your partner is? Yes. And so next week it'll be Katana Chance and Kaden Carter versus myself, she says, and Meiko Satomura. That's right. A lot of returns coming around. You got Ilya Dragunov returning tonight, and next week it will be Meiko Satomura making her return to the ring. I'm really excited about that. Chase U versus Pretty Deadly. The match was going good until Thea Hale came running around out in hysterics and saying they're out to get me. And she was covered full of Schism stickers, happy face stickers, and it cost Chase U the matchup. Pretty Deadly did end up winning, and then Gallows was looking on it. Pretty Deadly. It was like a rivalry from NXT UK is coming over and across the pond. Hank Walker was talking to Drew Gulak about, what do you think of my presentation? It's great. I'm very impressed with it. Charlie Dempsey interrupts him and says, you know what? I hope he doesn't resort to cheating like you did. And Hank Walker's like, what is he talking about? But then this Bailey come out for Ding Dong Hello, all right, and Bailey then Toxic Attraction comes out, and Bailey was talking to them and said, hey, you guys can get together, we can go one more run of tag team titles, or no disrespect, no offense, but Damage Control's been doing good. We should challenge them for the titles because they were arguing back and forth, but then. And they said, well, why don't we do that? We'll be friends again, right? So, they hugged and they're back together, right? Bailey goes, Toxic Attraction, and then JC Jane pulled a Shawn Michaels. Can I say 2 words? Barbershop window. Technically, there was no barbershop window, but there was a ding-dong door. JC Jane super kicked Gigi Dolan and kicked her, threw her through the door and kicked her again. Gigi Dolan crying. My heart breaks for Gigi Dolan right now. I can't believe that's happening. Then you're going to see a very, very angry Gigi Dolan. I wouldn't be surprised if Stand and Deliver is where the match is going to happen. So there is that. Yep, so Toxic Attraction is no more. Almost had a Rockers moment. I wouldn't be surprised if Shawn Michaels had some input on what to do in that situation backstage before the show went on the air. But my heart breaks for Gigi Dolan, man. I hope Gigi Dolan gets back on her feet. Who knows? Who knows that both ladies can really put up. I think the firing of Mandy Rose, it was only a matter of time when Mandy Rose was fired by the WWE for the content that she put up online. It was only a matter of time. And I was kind of disappointed. But I was kind of hoping they would make the main roster and go after those women's tag team titles. They didn't get a chance to go after because of injuries and whatnot. But it is what it is. So, that's all the time we have on this show. I want to thank you for tuning in. Episode 351. No more tree fitty jokes. Of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Hope you guys get some good sleep. And hopefully you're safe where you're at. Hopefully you got good weather in there. If not, just stay safe, stay bundled, and be careful out there. All right. So I'll see you guys later. See you in the next episode. We got the Wild Wednesday, the Joker's Wild, and then we got AEW Dynamite to watch as well. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.